Lokoz Boxing. Oscar Valdez versus Robson Conceicao fight will continue. After a thorough investigation from the boxing authorities and the WBC, looking into the positive results of the failed VADA test from Oscar Valdez, it has been determined that the fight will continue to be on September 10th, 2021. This is obviously great news for Oscar Valdez and for anyone who was looking forward to watching that fight. The initial VADA test that failed was taken on August 13th. That came back positive. And then the investigation started. Oscar Valdez took another VADA test on August 30th. And that test on the 30th of August came back as negative and clean. As far as critics goes, well, there is another side to the story as well. This is the side of the story that Oscar Valdez and the boxing authorities are telling us after the thorough investigation. To give him the benefit of the doubt, it wouldn't be the first time that a herbal tea causes a drug test to come back as positive and make it look like it's some type of diuretic. Due to the fact that most teas are diuretic. Most teas help promote weight loss. Most teas do help and stimulate the nervous system. That's kind of what gives you the calming effect. So it's not entirely impossible that it's not true what Oscar Valdez is saying in his defense. It's definitely not entirely out of the question. However, we also have to consider the flip side to the story. The critics that are not pleased with Oscar Valdez's test coming out positive and him being allowed to continue to fight again for his upcoming fight on September 10th. Now, if you don't believe this story that the herbal tea caused Oscar Valdez's test to come back as positive due to the effects of the tea that share the same qualities to a certain degree to diuretics or to phentermine stimulant drug. You're not entirely wrong if you doubt Oscar Valdez's story. You are entitled to have that opinion, and it's not illogical that you wouldn't believe that this defense is true. It's not illogical. At the end of the day, the test did come back as positive. And if you were to take phentermine can last about 20, the half-life at least from phentermine is from about 19 to 24 hours. With that being said, when you do take a drug test, it can show up from a time frame of about 4 to 7 days before it leaves your system completely and it no longer shows up on a drug test. The Olympic style drug tests such as VADA may detect it for a little longer than that, but from August 13th to August 30th, that is a stretch. That is more, I think that's enough time for it to clear your system. So if you support Oscar Valdez and you believe his defense, you're not entirely wrong. There is some basis for still having hope that he was telling the truth. If you don't believe him and you think he did drop dirty because he was trying to get that unfair advantage to lose weight and to meet up the catch weight, better said, then it's completely understandable. Let me know what y'all think. If you like what you hear, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. Lokoz Boxing.